I work with ancient languages, one, because I can, and that's just awesome, that I can actually learn not just one, but like a dozen ancient languages, which we hold here at Penn, which is one of the best things about this place. But also that I actually get to read through texts that have been written thousands of years ago, and you have to try and reconstruct an entire people's, an entire culture by the kind of traces left in these texts. You can't take anything for face value. It's written with bias, as is everything that is written down and stuff. And so those kinds of skills, the skills that you use when you're critically analyzing a piece that's like the newspaper, or something like that, it's the same kind of skills that you apply. It's just that the separation is about 4,000 years rather than a day. So it's kind of like the whole process of studying what I study, studying the ancient languages themselves, studying the texts, studying the scholarship written on all of them. It just tells you about human behavior. And what the amazing thing is that the more and more that you read, the more and more you find yourself relating to and understanding how similar you can be to somebody who's lived 5,000 years ago.
I came into Penn knowing that I wanted to do Spanish. I took Spanish classes during my first 2 years in the language. And then after I completed the language portion of my Spanish studies, a whole new door opened up to me to discuss the literature and the culture of the various Spanish-speaking countries throughout the world. The one class that I think has been the coolest for me personally was the class that really allowed me to tie my studies of Spanish into my studies of science and my medical career aspirations. And so I took the class Medical Spanish. After that semester finished, that summer I spent the month of August working in a hospital in Spain. And the amazing thing to me was that every single day, at least one of the scenarios that we went through or one of the vocabulary words that I learned in that class came up in my everyday life. I was working with patients, I was working with physicians, and it was such an incredible thing to see what I had learned just 2 months prior be applied in my everyday life.